Hey guys, Olivia here and you're watching a speed build on my channel. So today's one is a daycare. Obviously with the toddler update we got, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago now, everyone's been like super excited and making all these daycares and everything. So I do consider myself a bit late to the party in terms of building a daycare, and the main reason for that is because for those of you that follow my Instagram, you already know this, but I went away just for a few days with my partner just to a place called Waiuku, which is this really small town in New Zealand, about an hour out of Auckland, which is where I live. And we just went to like a little cabin resort, just had a few days to ourselves and got some massages and stuff, so you know, just relaxing. It was kind of like our New Year's, but because we decided to book it so late, by the time we were like, oh, let's just do it, because we were umming and ahhing so much. By the time we decided to do it, everything was booked or like ridiculously expensive. So we just went this weekend just been, so like mid to late January. So yeah, so I haven't been able to finish editing and do the voiceover, which I'm doing now, obviously, for this build until now. So hopefully I'll have this up pretty quickly. I was kind of hoping I'd get it up before the Vampire Game Pack came out, but unfortunately I have not been able to do that. Although today is the 24th and it's meant to be coming out today, but I'm assuming because of the time difference it hasn't actually been released on the Origin store yet, because I woke up really early thinking that I'd be able to get it and do all these videos for you guys, and it's not there. It's like coming soon, and I was like, oh yeah, time difference, my bad. I think I had in my head like what happened with the toddlers, because it was an update, pretty much everyone you know, sort of got access to it straight away, at least as far as I'm aware. But obviously with the game pack release it's a little bit different. So yeah, hopefully it'll be up sometime today. Sorry, not up. Hopefully I have access to it at some point today, but I mean, honestly, who knows? So yeah, but we're not talking about vampires right now, guys. Stop distracting me, okay? We're talking about toddlers. So I loved toddlers in Sims 3, and I did miss them somewhat when Sims 4 came out and we didn't have them. Like, I did think it was a little weird that we didn't have them. But for the most part, they were also incredibly annoying in The Sims 3. They were so helpless and they couldn't do anything for themselves. So I am so in awe of what the Sims team have actually managed to do with toddlers in The Sims 4, because they are actually like little Sims. Like, they have personalities with the traits, and they have different interactions, and they can do stuff for themselves, which was so frustrating about the Sims 3 toddlers. So that's what I love about it. So this build is a daycare, as I said, and I haven't quite named it yet, but I think I'm probably going to have to call it the Rainbow Daycare or something like that, because as you can see, I created the rainbow at the front with the roofs. Now, I know a lot of people have been doing this, and I did see it on the gallery before I did this, so I'm not denying that. Why is it being so jumpy? That was weird. But originally I had the crisscrosses, which you might have seen, and I was going to call it like stepping stone, you know, like stairway to success or stairway to whatever. And then it just didn't look right, and I was playing around with it for ages. Like, so much of it I had to just play around with it, not even recording, because otherwise it would have just taken me like 500,000 years to actually go through it all and get the footage that I wanted. So yeah, so I did sort of pay homage to that concept that people have been doing, because it looks so amazing. Like, what a clever idea, using the roofs to make that rainbow. Like, I just think that's so cool. But what I like about mine is that it's only like half a rainbow and it goes into the side. So yeah, so whoever first did that, genius, and thank you for sharing it with the rest of us. So the concept of this particular build is the ground floor is pretty much all kids stuff. So you've got the bedrooms, the bathroom, the playroom and all that kind of thing. And then upstairs is where I guess the babysitters or the caretakers would live. So I designed this as though it really was a daycare. So there's actually a little officey reception area when you first walk in, which you'll see a bit clearer once I actually start putting some of the objects inside. And the upstairs has like an office / lounge, a bathroom, and the bedroom, which I do have 2 beds in at the moment because I wasn't sure, whether people would have 1 or 2 main Sims, but it's very easy to just flick that out, so not a big deal. And I really like that I put a little reception area, and I must admit I haven't had a look at, I don't think I've actually watched any other speed builds of daycares because I was really wanting to see what I came up with, because I'm one of those people that like sometimes when I am not quite sure what I'm going to build and I see someone else's build, like I just have that in my head, and it's very, very frustrating when you're trying to be like, you don't want to come across as though you're copying. And obviously I don't consider that as a copy, but it is, you're trying to be creative, you're trying to think of new things, and all the pressure, Plus I'm still not the most crazy builder yet. Like I'm still, I think, sort of playing around with things and seeing what I can do, and trying not to stick within what I'm used to, because I'm a creature of habit for sure, and I want to avoid that in these kind of things. So so the upstairs is like the adults area, and the downstairs is all the kids, and I wanted to make sure that all the kids stuff was on the ground floor, because as we know, like, yes, the toddlers in The Sims 4 are a lot more independent and they can do a lot more. They do still take quite a while to walk around, even with level 5 movement, because if they had to go upstairs every time, and if your Sims had to carry them upstairs to put them into bed and stuff, it was just going to be too frustrating. And I thought it made more sense to kind of keep them on the ground floor, where everything is, and then have the parent, or not the parents, but they have the adult room upstairs. And I've designed it so that the stairs actually come out from the reception area, so you can actually lock that door and only allow access to your adults to go into that room and then upstairs, which was kind of what I was planning. So there's a bathroom on the bottom floor that's for normal Sims, and then there's another bathroom that has a couple of baths and a whole lot of potties for the toddlers. So I've designed it so it's kind of separate. And then the upstairs, as I say, they've got the lounge and everything, so that you can still have your adult Sims have what they need to survive and get their fun up and all that kind of thing. So I did put some objects on the outside that aren't really anything to do with toddlers. So like you've got the pirate ship jungle gym thing, and the other jungle gym, and then the water slide as well from the outdoor stuff pack. Obviously the toddlers can't use those, but if you want to keep playing this until until the end of their lives, kind of thing, or when they become young adults perhaps, then obviously they will become children at some point. And I don't know, like I kind of liked the idea that this one could be used as like a really, really bright and colourful and happy orphanage or something like that, like some sort of like where you're looking after the kids, and when they come of age they can move off and start their own life as adults and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I had in my head. And I've basically, as you can see, I'm just doing the outside right now, but I've really embraced the whole rainbow aspect. So the front is just that little reception room, and the side is using that new wallpaper that came with the Toddler update, which is so cool. I love it. I do wish it didn't have the white bracking on the... Bracking? Isn't that even a word? No. What's it called? You know what I mean? Like the white thing on the bottom that goes along the floor. There's a name for it. Wayne's or something? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, I wish it didn't have that, because then it could transfer up to the second floor a lot easier if you're using it on the outside, but that's okay. I'll let it slide. So what I ended up doing was just carrying through the same colours that I use in the rainbow roofs on the walls around the house, and then of course used the the wooden fence, the picket fence that comes in a whole lot of colours, which I think is also from the outdoor pack. And so I sort of gave a big layer around all of that there, so that looks nice. Adding some trees, some trees, lovely trees. So oh yeah, and I overlay these, and because I was like, oh, it looks so annoying when you've just got one colour. But then I don't like it when you just sort of like place them right next to each other, because it doesn't really look like one big, I don't know, like evolving thing. So that's what I did, and I made the deck a little bit shorter. One thing I didn't, like, I put those pot plants and stuff in here because I had seen on Twitter that someone's toddlers had been doing something to do with gardening, and I was like, oh, surely they can't garden, like that would be crazy. What it actually is that they can play in it. So like just how they can play in the counters and the bookcase and stuff. The big like cloud of smoke appears, and that makes that sort of like noise, like they're playing with a whole lot of things. And then out of the smoke they appear, and they're holding like a spade that goes with like a gardening spade, or like a trowel, is that what it's called? One of those little ones. So it's not that they actually can garden, it's that they can play in the garden, which is still really, really cute, because like you could totally have your mum or your dad or your caretaker sim like gardening something, and then the toddlers can be playing around, which is really cute. So yeah. I think I was saying something earlier and I totally forgot to add on it. But yeah, so like I did miss having the toddlers in The Sims 4 when it first came out. Like it was weird when you aged up a baby to a child. Like I always found that kind of weird. But the toddlers in The Sims 3 were so helpless. Like they couldn't do anything for themselves, and I think that's why The Sims 4 toddlers are they're so cool. Don't you think? Don't you think they're so cool? Because they can, I mean, they can't make their own food, but they can feed themselves. Like if you chuck a plate out on the counter, they can feed themselves. They can take themselves to bed. You know, if they learn the potty, they can go to the potty. Like it's just so cool, and they're so adorable, and the animations are amazing. And I love the fact that we don't have to teach them, like we don't have to teach them how to walk per se. Like, I know we can to get their movement skill higher, like quicker, but they don't crawl, they start walking. And I read somewhere that they designed these toddlers as though they were older than the originals. Like I think the original toddlers are way closer to like the baby age than these ones are, whereas these ones you can definitely see them, you know, coming through as being sort of like 3-year-olds, like 3-4-year-olds kind of thing, which is really fun, and I love it because I don't know, I just think there's so much more to it. So this is super segue. What you just saw was the reception area. So yeah, that was like all of the reception area and the computers and little waiting room, and I put windows there so that you could see through, and like prospective parents could check out the playroom and make sure that this place was suitable for the children and stuff like that. So in this particular filming I've got 2 children's beds, because I thought, oh, you know, like maybe you'll have a couple of kids, and then I was like, no. It's all going to be toddlers because I want to play with all toddlers. So I do change that, and I get rid of the bureau. And I don't remember what I put there actually. No, I think I just put more books. More beds is what I'm trying to say. And I just plastered the wall with posters. Like every kids thing I could find, I was just like do all over it, because I was like, it's got to be fun. It's got to be fresh. You know, I've got to have the kids everywhere. And then I started putting toys in, and I was like, no. I just want this room to be sleeping and with the bookcase so that you can easily grab a book to read or read the kids to sleep or whatever. And I doubled those curtains as well because I thought it looked kind of cute. Now this kitchen's a little random. I like it. I think it's really cool, and it's definitely different to anything I've ever done before. But I was very conscious that I wanted space for the high chairs, but I knew that the kitchen space wasn't very big. So I decided to play around with the counters and where the stove should go, and I think it came out pretty cool. Like it's a little weird because it's curved and then it sort of like juts out to the side, but we'll just pretend that that's not there. Or at least I'm going to pretend that that's not there. Oh. And you may have noticed that the playroom is actually sunken. So what happens is you actually have to walk down some stairs to get into the playroom, which is why when I was doing the carpet it was grass underneath. So if you download this from the gallery, which it should be up there, LivyBlivySims is my name, then if you move it, like if you just move the house or something, it isn't classed as a room because it's technically on the ground floor. So just be aware of that if you're doing any renovations that you wanted to do to the area. Just be aware of that, because you'll have to redo the carpet and move things and stuff again. Just so you know, FYI, you know. And then I had this really cool idea to chuck in those shelves there, and I was like, oh my god, how have I never done this before? And I just thought it was so cool. So I was pretty proud. I had to take out the counter from underneath though, because it kept snapping to sit on the counter, which was really annoying. And obviously I didn't want that, so you know, got rid of that. But I obviously put it back afterwards. There you go, put it back. And I think I swapped the dishwasher and the sink over as well at some point. Yeah, there you go, you can see they're swapped over now. Got to have the flower rugs, of course. So I'd love to see what some of your toddlers have been getting up to. Like, you can tweet me, LivyBlivySims. You can tag me in Instagram photos. Anything really. Like, I'd just love to see what everyone's getting up to. And that was just a shameless self-promotion. But I have Twitter and Instagram, and I've kind of roughly mentioned it in a few videos, but because I had quite a few that I'd already filmed, and so what I was talking about, like, I released them after I created the Twitter and the Instagram, but I filmed the recording like before, so I just wanted to mention that my Instagram and my Twitter names are the same, LivyBlivySims. It's also the name of my gallery ID. So yeah, follow me if you want. I'm still getting used to Twitter. So far I'm only really posting like when I've uploaded a new video and stuff, but eventually I'll get used to it and use it properly. But at the moment I'm like, I don't understand Twitter. But Instagram I have down. Instagram I am loving, and I'm loving the feedback, and I'm loving the community of people that are on Instagram. Like, there are so many Sims people. It's crazy. It's awesome. And all these Sim stories, and I was like, oh man, like, I'd love to do a Sim story, but I just don't have the patience. I mean, I do and I don't. Like, I'd love to do it, but I'd probably want to do it on a separate account. And I already have a normal account for me, and then I have another one for my blog, which I haven't really been doing anything with, so I just haven't checked that in ages. But yeah, so follow me and we will have the good times. So this is the upstairs here, so you can see that I just did the lounge sort of area, and I don't remember if I've done the bathroom at this point, and I'm pretty sure I cut it out of the footage because I was like, bathrooms are boring. But I've got photos of both the bathrooms at the end, so you can see them. But I'm just doing the bedroom right now, and I was just sort of like playing around, trying to add. In hindsight, I don't really know why I did 2 double beds. Like, I should have just done 1 single bed, and then if people needed to change it, you guys could have just changed it. But I didn't think of that, so never mind. Adding in the fluffy rug, of course. And it is all about to change again, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe that's the final one. I can't remember anymore. Adding in some lovely curtains. Gotta have those curtains and blinds. Oh, the vintage glamour stuff pack. My old friend. I love you so much. Oh, that pack was so good. So good. I'm just thinking, I keep thinking about the vampire game pack. I can't help it. I just can't. I want it. I want to play it. And I never really played The Sims 3 Vampires. I found them annoying. So I'm really excited because I feel like it's going to be like super brand new for me. Plus it seems that it's way more intense than Sims 3 was anyway. But never mind. Whatever, Trevor. Ah, yes. I do like this build. I think it's fun. And I've been playing a little bit with some Sims that had like, I think it was like 6 toddlers because there was 2 adults, but they get their movement skill super quick in this place because even though everything's on the ground floor, like they have to go up and down the stairs to get to the playroom, and they have to walk to the bedroom and stuff, and yeah, so they get their movement skill really quickly. It's awesome. It's super fun. the photos might be slightly different to some of these areas, especially with the toys and stuff on the floor, just because I played for a little bit before I took the photos, because I wanted to get to the right time of day so that I could get the the brightest photos. So there might be a little change there, but nothing major. And I will say that there's a toy car that I put on, that one there, that when you're playing on half walls or all the walls down, you can still see it, so feel free to delete that if that's annoying. And the same thing for the shelves in the kitchen that holds the like the jar and the spices and stuff, that you can still see when the walls are half down, but it's not a biggie, and I figure you can change the layout of how you're viewing it quite often, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. And we're about to go into the screenshots any second now, so we will have a quick squiz at those, and they're coming very shortly. There we go. So this is the reception area. So I've got that sort of rainbow mural there, and I don't know why the window is half dark. I think it's something to do with the fact that it's going into the inside, but I don't know. That's the downstairs bathroom for like the adults, the toilets in the corner that you can't see. This is the bathroom that I mentioned for the kids with the toddlers and stuff, so super basic. Bedroom, and you can see a whole lot of toddlers sleeping in there right now. A few more views of the bedroom. I really like that wallpaper. I think it's so cool. Here's the kitchen. So got some lights in there as well. Another view of the kitchen. So the hallway comes off the reception, and then off that's the two rooms we first saw, and then this is coming around to the playroom. So there we go. So it's taken an afternoon with the sunlight coming through those windows, and of course that room is 2 stories high, so you've got this huge big wide open space like that, and the upstairs also looks out, as you can see. It looks out onto it, and then I sized up those cloud lights because I thought that would be kind of cool, like you'd look up and it would be like you're staring at the sky. I thought that was really cool. And it's just a little office / lounge area, and the bedrooms. Sorry, the bedroom with the 2 beds, I should say. Since technically there's 2 over there. But yeah, so this is the rest of the build. So I hope you guys like this build. It's available on the Sims 4 Gallery LivyBlivySims. And I hope you like the video. Like, if you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to. Make sure to find me on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the Sims 4 toddlers as much as I am, and I would love to see what your toddlers get up to, and I certainly have been sharing lots of photos of what mine have been doing. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you for the next one. Bye!